been a minute. I feel like I say that way too much. I really, really do. So thank you everybody for popping on over this evening. We're gonna have a decent time tonight. We've got a lot of stuff we can look at. So we're gonna go through a lot of animals. Some of the ones from the beginning, we'll take a look at those. Some of the ones that are most current, we'll take a look at those animals as well. And then we do have a cut of 10 eggs, and that is a black pastel leopard yellow belly, which has been proven, to a blackhead red gene, which has been proven. Now, the parts of these two animals that have not been proven is the female is 50% het for pied and exanthic, and the blackhead red gene male has the indicators for pied, but we have not worked very hard to prove that out. As this pairing as well will kind of go, get lucky on both sides, maybe we can, but in the future we definitely have some spots for him to figure things out and see if we can prove them out for pied. On the drink agenda, as we always do on our lives, we have a couple beers this evening, so no crazy hard stuff. However, this brewery is local to us. It's 15 minutes down the road. They're called Transcend Brewing, Transcend Beer Crafters. That's just very different. But they are out of Southington, Connecticut, which is 15 minutes away from here, and they make some ridiculously crazy good beer. For sure. So we have a couple paradigm beers, if you will, on polar opposites of the spectrum for drinking beer. The first one is a fruited sour. They make some crazy fruited sours. So you have this here. They're calling True Colors, and take that over there for you. So most fruited sours don't come in crazy high in alcohol volume. This one is 6%, but this is made with a ton of passion fruit, peach, mango, pink guava, lactose, and vanilla. A lot of fruit in it. A lot of that is all from puree. So when you pour this into a glass, there's a lot of pulp that gets stuck onto it. So really tasty. And it's more on the Berliner Weiss kind of level for sours. Berliner Weiss tend to not be crazy sour, but provide a good profile for fruited stuff. So there's our fruited beer. And then on the total opposite end of that is this cafe. This is an Imperial milk stout. Man, it's sweating like mad because it is warm in here. So this is an Imperial milk stout. This is a dark beer, going to come in at the other end of the spectrum. This is a 10%er, so big beer. This is bourbon barrel aged Sumatra coffee beans that go into this with Irish cream, lactose, and vanilla. So that ought to be really nice to try. I'm going to crack this one open. Yeah, I'm going to roast pulp milligrams. Just crazy.
Welcome, Titan. Welcome, Corey.
Titan, what's going on? Corey, thanks for joining. So, yeah, definitely some darkness going on here. But it's not like, even when you see it pour, it looks dark, but it's not like thick and sticky, that's for sure.
Dan's like, hey, that beer copied my logo.
Just about. Hold on. I'm working my way down.
Nope, your glass is white. There we go. Yeah.
Yep, Manolo Morphs. Check them out on Instagram. Don't check them out on YouTube because they almost don't exist.
Alright, now for this one, as I'm spilling some on the table, I probably should just get my hand out of the way so you can see it. You can see it's not very see-through at all.
Ooh. Yeah, no, that's full of pulp. That looks like a really good sour.
It's like an orange juice.
Yep, take your beer. I'm going to dry this off. These things were sweating like crazy.
You can kind of chew on it.
Yeah, okay. Did you have anything? I mean, because typically, if I'm going to cut, you go first.
Yeah, I got.
And then anything preceding those clutches, anything if you want to reflect back,
Yep.
that's something that stood out to you that you're going to hold back or whatever that looks good, you can bring that out. We'll take a look at that, and then we can get into the Xanthic stuff, and then we'll switch. I'll do the same thing, and then cut eggs.
Sounds good.
All right.
All right. Well, the one that always stands out that I always seem to bring out is just because it's total darkness. It's gonna match Jim's beer. Is this gentleman here?
Yeah, we can pop those on. Yeah, there you go.
So this is our black pastel Blackhead red jean.
So this is kind of nice to look at right now because the clutch we're going to cut
is a Blackhead clutch.
Can do this with leopard added, which should make this even darker.
And then yellow belly.
And yellow belly as well that can really mess this up. So
like the yellow belly I can see would probably really amplify these alien heads.
So Dan's asking about the how did we check
for what?
Connection.
Oh, you have to back out, like slide up out of the video thing.
You want to
and check.
I just don't want to lose everybody.
They're gonna lose.
All right, so we're gonna try to pause the video here. We'll come back to it. I just got to double check my Wi-Fi to make sure the connection issue isn't me. In the meantime, bottom right-hand corner of your screen is a little gear wheel. Click that, take it off of auto, and select the highest clarity you can. Okay,
right.
so you guys' connection is good. Yes, it did. It cleared up.
All
right, we'll go with that. But definitely dial into that little gear, take it off of auto, and select the highest possible quality, which should be 720 for YouTube. And that should clear things up pretty good.
But yeah, so I can see like the yellow belly, like kind of adding like some of that yellow-orange tone into those alien heads, which would look pretty bad.
It's probably going to raise the striping. It's going to float it up higher off the belly as well. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I hope we hit all 5, to be honest.
You know, and like with our black pastel yellow belly stuff, I would love to be able to see that killer checkering stuff down at the bottom of this.
I don't think that'll happen, but who knows?
Yeah.
I've not seen or made these before, so we will find out, hopefully. And if you get a good look at that head, man, that is dark, dark, dark.
This is our milk stout.
Yeah, that's our milk stout snake. That's funny.
All right. Something else that's stuck out. I won't do too many of them. I think I got a lot of stuff that's in
So these tubs over here, from here down, are empty. That's a clutch that just shed out, so we're going to go over those. But there's 16 tubs there. In between those guys and the clutch I'm cutting over here, I'll have 6 slots open. We have one more clutch in the incubator that's going to come out around, was it the 21st, 22nd? 22nd?
Yeah. The
22nd of August. And then those 6 eggs will pretty much fill us up. So we're going to have to get creative to try to make space. So, yeah, we'll see. And what we got here?
We got ourselves a pastel OD puzzle.
Yeah.
One of my favorites of the year, for sure.
It's my probably my 3rd favorite of what the puzzles that you've made.
Yeah, the first is going to be the OD banana.
Yeah. So we can look at that.
Yep.
Behind that for me is the color with the pastel, but we put this side by side with the OD puzzle. The color tone difference is it's quite drastic, and I almost like the OD puzzle better. Yeah, see, to me that richness.
I'll grab the boy. Why not?
Yeah, they're saying bad connection now.
All right.
All right, we'll finish these puzzles and then we'll bring it up to the left. That don't do me any good. Bring it over to the left. Oh, dude, stop.
Your left or my left?
The screen over here. There you go. There's a nice look.
You feisty.
All right, we'll finish these puzzles and then we'll take a look at everything.
Knock it off.
Hey, Addison, thanks for dialing in and watching some snakes.
Hey, Addie.
They're out having dinner, and I'm here doing this, and that's kind of cool that they're dialing in.
Oh, yeah, you can see it's a little fuzzy on the screen.
Yeah, there. Corey, for sure. They are snappy, especially the banana. I'll say it this way: the banana on the left of your screen is very calm for a puzzle. The other two are pretty classic puzzles and like to pop and snap whenever they get a chance. But the banana has definitely settled out the puzzle gene just a touch.
Knock it off. Stop. What's up, buddy? Yeah.
No, I don't have. Nobody's home. It's just us. So I do have a couple Wi-Fi's. Routers in the house, and unfortunately I think I failed to check the one that I was on, and one of the older ones just doesn't perform as well.
Yeah, so banana OD puzzle, pastel OD puzzle.
So you can see what I'm saying with that. Autumn says hi too. Hi, Autumn.
Hey, Autumn.
So you can see, I mean, it's a great animal. It is stacked way to the right, but there's just a little bit more color saturation, a little bit orange, that kind of stuff that it just looks fantastic.
The one thing
yeah, definitely, Henrik, that banana OD puzzle is off the chain. I mean, look at the flames down at the belt. That's just craziness.
Yeah. But what I like about the pastel OD is you get those high whites coming up the side.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not cool. But a palette that I'd like to work with would be
this one over here.
The nasty little chick in this one.
She's like, I will tag that lens.
Yeah, she will.
She's searching. She's trying to find someone to bite.
All right, so let's see if we can make sure that we're connected to the correct Wi-Fi.
Yep.
And then we'll come right back to this. So I think we're going to put those away first, and then kind of double check that connection. Oh, they're all fantastic eaters, Corey. Dude, like the puzzle gene is one of those things you just really don't have to worry about that much.
You're back over here.
Yeah, that's a good question. I've not seen a banana puzzle in adulthood, so I'm not really sure how many freckles the puzzle will have impact on. But we're going to swipe away from the live stream for a second, double check our connection, and we will be right back. We are back. I did change the Wi-Fi to a 5G Wi-Fi. It was full signal for both. There's nobody home, so it's not dogged because people are watching a movie or they're on. So hopefully this will work, and we'll be able to continue, and you guys won't have the same problem.
Do I have anything else over here? Well, I think I can move on to the one clutch before the exhibit. There's a couple snakes I want to show out of there. Hold off on you.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely got to take a look at these.
So, you may have heard me talk about black pewter in a bunch of our videos before where I wasn't a big fan.
Hey Rich, welcome.
Really wasn't caring for what the black pewter itself was doing. And then I just, I had a lot of pairings that was just going to produce black pewter stuff in it mixed with other genes. And I started hitting stuff, and I'm really starting to dig the black pewter stuff now. So what we have here is a black pewter lesser yellow belly, 100% het for SK Xanthic. Like, the color tones, like on top, you're kind of starting to get like all these little orange spots that are kind of coming in at the top. The kind of yellowish tan colors in all the alien heads. The white bone kind of color going down the back. And then this weird ringer that's over back here. There was no hide at all in the pairing. But there could be something that we don't know. So This is a boy. He's going to stay here. We're going to try proving it out once he gets older. And I have something... Oh, wait, sorry. This one doesn't have pastel, so this one's not a black pewter. This is just a black pastel lesser yellow belly. So I was talking black pewter. This is the black pewter lesser yellow belly. Like...
Just a 4-stack.
Just a 4-stack.
That's crazy. And there's nothing else in the pairing.
Nothing else in the pairing.
So it can't be possibly anything else, hidden, whatever.
Nope, it was a pastel lesser yellow belly to a black pastel xanthic.
So say that again for me.
So pastel lesser yellow belly to a black pastel xanthic.
So you think this is...
I think that is a black pewter lesser yellow belly.
Yeah, I mean, that shading, that gray is almost purple.
Yeah, it's totally crazy. It has all the same similarities as this snake, other than getting the pastel, so it changes the patterns up a little bit.
Yeah, it really washes it out. Like, it's crazy the difference that... So again, there's a lot of poo-pooing on pastel right now, or over the past year or so. But when I look at these two combos, I mean, it is really cool to see what a stark difference pastel makes. And I like this animal better.
Yeah.
This one's pretty cool. I like the copper and the yellow tones. But this silver, lustery kind of stuff that's going on here is just crazy.
And like this kind of combination will work great with the xanthic because it's already almost xanthic looking.
Yeah, the pastel will just go great with the xanthic stuff. Yeah, that's a good look at the purplish tone. Yeah, those are great.
And I love like just all the slight outlining of the stripe in the back where you just get it a little bit.
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
Yeah. So these two are both staying here. I actually produced 2 of these. So there's a female of this that will be available at some point.
Oh, so you're going to keep the male.
I'm keeping the male because it's got the ringer and I want to prove it out.
Nice.
Now on to the xanthic stuff. Where are you guys at?
Everybody's waiting for you. Just so you know.
Alright, so this was our not problem child, but our one that came out with a slight possible issue with its eye. So this is a super pastel. Is that yellow belly? Oh no, possible yellow belly. So a super pastel, possible yellow belly, xanthic. Super white, super clean. Good combination between the blacks and the whites. Patterns look great on top, and then get this poor little eye over here that kind of looks funky.
So it is cloudy. It looks like the eye makes it look like it's in shed, but it used to be like a big old blister.
Yeah.
So after its first shed, it looks a whole lot better.
So there's what that eye looks like, and then
a normal eye on the other side. So what I'm not sure is, there's an issue here, but with one shed, it's, I would say 75 to 80% better than it was.
And it actually looks more sunk in than what it was.
Yeah, so it's starting to settle back. I'm hoping that with a couple more sheds that this whole thing may go away, and that may not be that big a deal. But that'll take time and some sheds, so we'll see.
Yep. And this one's a girl, too,
I think. So, Rich, I'm drinking that lovely darkness, and that is a cafe Imperial Stout from Transcend Brewing, or Beer Crafters. They are down the street about 15 minutes. And you can see here, we come in at 10%. And it is a bourbon barrel aged Sumatra coffee, well, beans anyway, with Irish cream, lactose, and vanilla. And it tastes fantastic at 10%. Yeah, we'll do snakes and we'll do that one.
All right.
We'll break it up a little.
All right, sounds good.
We'll be fancy.
And then we got ourselves here. We got ourselves an Inchi. A male Inchi Xanthic.
And is this staying here?
This is going to be for sale at some point once
Okay.
he's got enough meals.
Well, he's for sale now, but
Oh yeah. Yep. But yeah, male Inchi. So you kind of get
SK?
Xanthic. Yep. SK Xanthic.
Yeah, Rich, this is actually pretty good. It's a little sweet, but with all that stuff in the mix, I would expect nonetheless. But it is not too bad. But a hair sweet, and I imagine that's because there's some artificial flavorings in here.
Like I'm still kind of tossed up with this one. I was saying pastel, but it's kind of got, yeah, it's pastel. I was trying to think of like it was kind of getting some of that granulation that like Enchi comes through, but the pattern doesn't really scream Enchi at all.
It does, but even with pastel, the eye stripes still fatten really good, and you're not seeing that, although there is some banding, some uniformity to the alien heads.
Which I think is just more the Xanthic now that I think about it.
It very well may be. Like you said, this one might have to hang out for a minute just to make sure.
Well, this one is sticking around.
It's a girl.
Yep, this is
Okay.
a girl. Yep,
Okay.
so this one will hang out. We'll prove her out when she.
So no hurry then. It doesn't matter what she is. She's going to stay here and make babies.
Yep. So that's one of them. That's staying back out of a bunch. There you go. I'm doing all the single gene stuff.
Wow. I would love to have a little bit of that tequila. I mean, that sounds really good. Yeah, I knew what you meant.
Now this boy is staying here. We got ourselves a leopard Xanthic. Maybe dark phase. It's hard to tell because the leopard is a dark gene. So he's gonna stay. He's gonna end up being a breeder for us down the road. Or I may hold on to him for a little while and then may not need him. I just want to see if the dark phase is going to come through. But yeah, leopard Xanthic.
Ooh. Almost like we're recording a video.
Right. And then we'll go. I'm only going to show one of these because I made two of them.
You'll have to speak louder. Then.
I made two of these. I'm just going to show off one. So this here.
Yeah, Henrique, last year we held back in the neighborhood of about 70 animals combined for the two of us. This year we're trying to be a bit more selective and not hold as much because like 70 holdbacks is complete.
It's a lot.
It's complete insanity. This year looks like it'll be a little bit better of like 45 to 50, even though that still sounds like a lot.
Yeah. A lot of
it's
them,
still a lot of animals.
In this one clutch, I am holding back 6 animals. So it's to build my Xanthic project because I only have a couple of visual females.
So this is it. This is definitely Inchi.
And it is leopard.
And I would say this is also pastel. So I would
think pastel's gonna be in it?
Yep, I think this is a pastel Inchi leopard SK Xanthic. As far as, was there yellow belly in this?
Yellow belly was in the pairing. Yep.
I really don't. That's hard to see, and I don't know how that reacts with the Xanthic stuff.
Yeah,
if you roll it over, we can kind of look at the belly a
belly
little
is
bit.
Really clean. There's nothing down there.
So sometimes with yellow belly in this because this would be part of the quad that we work with, you'll get checkering down the edge. Other times it'll float aliens like halfway. These aliens will be cut and kind of float halfway up the body. And then other times, if Matt will put that back over,
yep.
You'll kind of get a line here where this is going to be dark and concentrated, and you get a lot of contrast. And then down this bottom half is kind of smoky. So the male for us that started a lot of our quad platform stuff, it does have that, where at the midline to the dorsal, it's really, really dark. And then from the midline to the belly, it like changes and kind of gets like almost like a smoked out in shed look. And seeing that this animal doesn't have any of the indicators that we're used to seeing, I'm going to say there's no yellow belly in this.
So this is another one of our quad platforms.
And so again, Pastel, where to go? Put your head over here. Pastel Inchy, stay there. Pastel Inchy leopard, right? In that, I agree with that. You can see the pastel blushing kind of coming in the middle. It's weak because we have some darkness going on. We're pulling out a lot of the fading. But when you add the stack with yellow belly and such, this is pretty common that four, just
dot.
1, 2, 3, 4 dot head. Now, I will say that it is that head stamp is not definitive for yellow belly, and when we look at this animal, again, I'd be looking for the same thing, checkering along the belly. I'm not seeing it. And then I'm looking for something in the midline where the lower half is smoked. Now you can see a slight difference there, but not drastic enough for me to really definitively call this yellow belly. But
yeah,
I don't know. So this, and again, this is a speculation just based on color.
Yep.
For this to be pastel, there may not even be pastel in here. This could just be Enchi, leopard, axanthic. But they're staying here, so 100% identity on those is not required. Which, if you buy an animal from anybody, other than a single or a double gene, 100% guarantee on something that's stacked from Justin or Ozzy or any of the other breeders that, there's more than 3 genes in the mix. To have 100% guarantee on stuff, I don't know. That's kind of tough. That's a big limb to go out on and stand on and say, yeah, I guarantee that.
So this is another girl that'll be staying here. This is a pastel leopard yellow belly axanthic. So you get the blushed out head, crazy wacky pattern from the leopard, and the yellow belly.
And again, the thing that we were looking for on the other ones is like this kind of checkery that's separated from the other pattern. So this tells me this will probably prove yellow belly. We like to see flames and all the other stuff that people talk about too, but we are talking about an axanthic gene that pulls yellows, oranges out of the color palette. So when your flames that come up have color and have stuff like that, you just kind of throw your hands up and say, does it affect more of the snake than just the flames and stuff. So we're pretty confident that this one will prove yellow belly, but this is kind of a new world for us.
So
and this gets crazy right here.
So this is this with another stack of pastel. So super pastel, leopard, yellow belly.
And yeah, you can definitely see the super.
Yep, so
there you go.
See the difference in the heads. Come here.
Yeah, so they're close but not exact.
You get
and the pattern is definitely cleaned up, way more bright.
You get that checkering down near the base of the belly.
Absolutely.
And then you get the funky, weird pattern from the leopard.
Yep.
And then you get that, what's common with the leopard too is that tail stripe in the back also. But yeah, so a bunch of these are all the girls. I held one boy and really looking to build that axanthic army. So the next 2 years, it's going to get crazy in this house for axanthics.
Yep. It's going to get crazy in this house for a lot more than just axanthics.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure.
Axanthics will be definitely a big component of it.
All right, you ready to move on to your stuff?
Yeah, we can. We can.
Yeah.
So here's another nanner. This is a female, which I now believe to be Pastel banana, and she's 100% het tri-stripe. This was from the very first clutch of the season. Heyo! Or did the boy cough when you held him?
What do I think?
We're doing SK, so the TSK, the Snake Keeper line. This girl looks really good. I kept a pair of these. And I'm not 100% sold that this one is pastel, although the head kind of is blushed out. That looks like it. And then this male, I am definitely 100% is pastel, but those heads are slightly different. I don't know that if it's enough to make a true difference. They are both het tri-stripe, and they came from a female. So this male will be a female maker, and female bananas or coral glows can make either or in like a 50-50 ratio. So kind of normal stuff. This guy here, anything that comes out banana when he breeds, 90% of it will be females, and there is a chance that there could be males in there. But
Yeah, it's nice to have a male-female maker in the house.
yeah, for sure. They're really, really hard to find. Oh, she is in shit. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, there's a few I wanted to show off that were in shed.
So this is a cool dude to take a look at. There's a lot of color here. The flames on this dude are just magnificent. So the pairing for this was an Enchi Yellow Belly, Posset Pied, Posset Hypo, to a Fire Zuwadi Het Clown. So these guys are all what I'm calling 50% het clowns. There could be other stuff in the mix. However, I have not proven that female out. This male here, I believe, he is a Fire Zuwadi Yellow Belly. And it's crazy what this stack does to flames. I mean, looking at the screen you're looking at, the flames are really kind of blasé. I mean, they're decent, they're there. But the color tone that you're seeing and how that is in relation to the snake is not even close to what the naked eye reveals. Those flames are orange, and you're kind of seeing a dull, flattened orange-yellow color on the screen, which is it's not even close. Bob Python Boulevard, man, what's going on? Thanks for popping in. Really appreciate that. So really great looking animal. There's a lot of potential with this gene. I love what it's currently doing. But it being so new, the challenge with that is trying to figure out what's what sometimes. So it's tough. There's not a lot of people that I can consult to figure out what's going on with this stuff, but just a great looking animal.
Titan made a request to see one of the tri-stripe albinos.
Yeah, absolutely. We can get there. So we made 4 of these guys. They're not quite as snappy as the puzzles, but these 4 guys are pretty crazy. So again, the pairing for this was an albino het tri-stripe from Rich Macias to a tri-stripe 66% het albino from Rich Macias. And unfortunately, we had 6 eggs, and I hit 4 tri-stripes that are 100% het, but we did not hit any albinos. So that 66% for the male is unproven. However, with 4 of these, I've chosen to keep one, and eventually when he gets big enough, he'll replace Dad, and then I'll have the 100% het, so I can make the albino tries, and then kind of move that along to other projects and stuff as well. We did make a clutch of Pastel double het tri-stripe desert ghost stuff this year. It was, again, a clutch of 6. I'm keeping 5 of them. There'll be a male double het that's available, but I'm keeping the army of 3 girls and 2 males, and we'll see what happens in a couple of years. But yeah, really nice looking animal. Really good linking here, pretty decent stripes, but it's not all the way down. The holdback from that,
You got almost complete stripe, right?
again, this is polygenic stuff, but the difference here, we have a fattened dorsal stripe. We have stripes from the neck that come on. Similar to the puzzles, but not quite as bad. But I get about 2/3 of the body with stripes. So again, I'm holding this back because I'm trying to encourage a full striped tri-stripe into my collection. So we'll see when we get there.
What's up, Matt?
But yeah, this one is one that's for sale. This is the holdback. And yes,
Yeah, he
and
almost
yes,
did get nailed.
they eat very well.
Did they hit you, or were you able to
No.
move fast enough?
No, they did not. I was far enough away. Let's see, what else do we have that we can... Oh, yeah. Well, we can't...
Can't go without showing him off.
No. So, I can't talk enough about the adder gene. We have one male upstairs that's a banana adder spider, and he produced this clutch here. He does not like to breed. He, for whatever reason, does not like females or certain females. He's been paired with like 8 girls, and we've had 1 clutch. So it may require this guy right here to get the job done. This is a banana adder, and again, the purple is super electric, very iridescent. I've not seen another gene that does this in banana by itself. There's some stuff that looks good, but then all the purple flaming that comes up, like this is just, it's craziness. So this guy is a holdback. He's staying here. It's just insanity of what adder does. I'm loving this gene. This is probably going to be something I'm going to put into a lot of stuff.
Like, all right, I know something I want to put that in.
Yeah, same here. So I got another one I want to show you.
And it's not even recessive. It's just another
No, it
incomplete.
is not. So that's the base form right there. You can see how almost the same it is as the last one we were looking at. It just doesn't have all the crazy colors. So this is the female from the clutch. So she's staying here so that I can make hets and different things like that, and work different, both sides of this project with a male and a female. So not perfect odds, but you can't keep everything. I did sell a banana spider adder female, which is a super anomaly because it came from the male.
Right.
So we hit that 10%, and she was just as electric as he was with the spider in it. I mean,
she was gorgeous.
Yeah, absolutely insane. And then I do have a spider adder female that is available, but this is just a craziness. I like the gene I like the gene for 2 reasons. One, it's bold enough to be put into combos and still be seen.
Yep.
And 2, it's easy enough to identify, but it also has, quality impact into a combination. So I also work with Jopa. The pictures of some of the Jopa combos that I've seen are pretty breathtaking. However, by itself, you can't. It's really hard to identify. Not like this.
You mix it with Enchi.
You mix it with certain symbol genes, and you can't even tell if you have it or not. I mean, I have probably like 5 Enchis, 6 Enchis that have a chance to have it in the mix, and I still can't really tell which ones have it or don't. So, again, if you're going to work with a gene to really kind of push the envelope, it's nice that you can easily identify it. It's impactful enough, but not so dominant that it takes over a breeding. So I've stayed away, so just me personally, I've stayed away from bamboo because it's so strong. Champagne is so strong that it's hard to do a pairing and change it or have impact. There's a couple genes that really are impactful with champagne, with Enchi and leopard and such like that. But bamboo is even harder because, it's so overpowering that a lot of times, the color palette won't change. It's still silvery, or the pattern itself doesn't change. So anyway, I like the balance that this gene brings. There's a huge future in the adder gene. This stuff going into Desert Ghost to going, we've seen it in banana, going into like, I don't know, lavender albino, clown, like you just mahogany, like any of that craziness. This thing is going to be ridiculous.
Henrik from Sweden says it's interesting to see all the unusual genes that they don't have in Sweden.
Really?
Yeah.
So what kind of that's a big part of the industry and the world right now. So first of all, in Sweden, I can only imagine you're got to be somewhere around 8 to 10 hours ahead of us. So thanks for joining the video. But in Sweden, what genes are you guys working with? To like what degree? I mean, it doesn't even have to be like specifics, because I know it's kind of hard to be involved with chat and stuff. In type a book, so I'm not really looking for that, but maybe a numerical number of how many genes that you guys might be working with over there compared to the U.S. that has like pretty much the full 350 some odd genes that are available.
Yes, Trade. It is like a blackback gene for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Is there a super?
There absolutely is a super. It's and it's a very exciting super. So you get the same contrast, but you start to get some reduction, and it spreads out some of those alien heads. So the single gene, you get these really tight, grouped, symmetrical alien heads all the way down the back, the sides with the black back. And then with the super, it kind of stretches all that out, and it opens up the palette for like great color, great contrast. Very, very exciting gene to really be involved with. I don't know. She has not shed. She's about to shed. This is one of the holdbacks that I kept from one of my hypo stuff. So this girl is at the tail end of shed. So she's a little smoky. But this is a Pastel Enchi yellow belly hypo. And you can see all the yellow belly checkering. Pretty classic. The flames are just ridiculously orange on this girl. Nice Enchi patterning with the banding and stuff, and then you get to really good head blush from the Pastel. This girl just looks fantastic. Very excited to work this into double and triple het projects. I mean, this girl will be crazy. Just to pull in this quality and stuff. I mean, she is hypo, so I have hypo clown projects. I have hypo DG projects. So she's going to work in very well into either one of those and just pull a whole bunch of quality into both of those projects. So Very excited to hold this girl back with her pattern and fantastic color.
And you definitely can't go by not showing your super orange.
Yeah, we will. And Chris, I want to address that as well. I as well like bamboo. My reservation with it is kind of what I'm growing with. Like, so Mackenzie, I think I have to just kind of get it away from Enchi, because the Mackenzie gene is really wrapped into Enchi in my collection, and it's a challenge with those two when they're in the mix, and it's creating identification issues for me. Bamboo, I love the single gene bamboo, but when you stack other stuff to it, it's not always impactful. And my reservation is only that I'm gonna have, again, clutches of bamboo combos that I'm gonna be like struggling to figure out what they are. Really kind of tweaking and straining relationships to help me identify stuff. For whatever reason, I'm super reserved about reaching out to people to help me identify the snakes that I produce. I feel like that's something that I should be able to do. And I spend copious amounts of time on Morph Market and World of Ball Pythons trying to get familiar with certain combos once I produce them, to help me identify the stuff that I might have. Maybe it's just a lack of developing proper relationships for me that I feel that way. But either way, that's kind of where I'm at with identification. I have no problem if the female from that clutch or the male from that clutch I've purchased from a breeder. I'll go back to that breeder to help. But once you start making enough animals, and the animals on both sides of those pairings were produced by you, you should be at a point to where I feel anyway, that you should be able to identify them, and I can't always do that, so I struggle. And then there is also times that you reach out to a breeder and they go, I don't know. And then you're like, okay, well,
I don't know.
you produced a pricey animal that I purchased from you, and now you have no clue about identifying snakes. That's a whole nother conversation. Yes, orange.
Welcome, Northeast. And then Dan said, online is only as good as the people that have posted.
Huh?
That online, like finding stuff online, is only as good as what people have posted up.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that. So this will be a good little update. Like, I haven't even done pictures of her in a while. So this female that I'm going to show you was produced from an OD Extreme from Ken Masick to a Tri-Stripe 66% het for albino from Rich Macias, and we got this craziness out of it. I believe this to be a high OD Extreme 100% het for Tri-Stripe, which the het for Tri is unequivocal. She may also be het for albino, which could be adding to this. However, with the male in this pairing not being proven out, it's kind of hard to be definitive about that. But either way, the oranges, the yellows in this girl, the burnt orange, the contrast it's all there. Like, she's exquisite. Sorry about that. And you can see, if you work with OD at all, those little tracks down the bottom are very indicative of OD and have nothing to do with pied. So, big dorsal stripe at the tail, tracks. I would be hollering pied like crazy if I thought there was pied in the mix, but that is also what Orange Dream can bring to the palate. So being aware of what genes do is equally as critical as trying to figure, with figurines, trying to figure stuff out.
So Henrik came back. He says, we have most, but not the latest odd genes. What I haven't seen is Lace, Wookiee, Zawadi, Mandarin, but genes usually show up 1 to 2 years after I see them on US videos. We go to Ham and the Bhutan shows.
Yeah. So Wookiee is AKA chocolate.
AKA Spot Nose, right?
I think, or something like that. I don't know. I'm starting to get them all mixed up. The Hurricane is supposed to be something else. Stranger is supposed to be something else. Wookiee is supposed to be something else. So, I mean, they all have like relatives, I guess, that they're supposed to be. The Zawadi, at least at this point, hasn't been. There's certain combos that look similar to Cypress, but in other combos and by itself, it don't look anything like Cypress. So I don't think it is related or allelic to Cypress, at least at this point. I do have a Cypress female and a Zawadi male, so maybe at some point I will do that pairing and find out if we get some crazy reaction. But yeah, as of right now, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of like kind of dual genes or whatever.
Did you know that the Enchi gene came from Sweden?
I did not.
I did not either.
I did not. I do know that it is allelic with black pastel and cinnamon.
Yep.
But aside from that, I did not know its origination.
Yeah, that was from Henrik.
Nice. Well, thanks for the input. So this girl, we're going to take a look at. This is kind of an anomaly for me. I've made extreme genes. I've made yellow bellies. I don't know if I've made a yellow belly extreme gene, but the extreme gene is also supposed to be het tri-stripe. Or better I say, a visual expression of tri-stripe, or het tri-stripe. But this girl is going to stay here. This came from a cinnamon het tri to a yellow belly het tri pairing. Well, yeah, so there's no extreme gene in the mix, but I say that because Ken Masick has extreme and extremist. The extremist is supposed to be het tri. So this animal is just crazy. A complete anomaly of anything that I've seen as far as yellow belly goes. I've made extreme genes, single genes. It's definitely not cinnamon. Is it a yellow belly extreme that's doing all this craziness with the het tri in the background? It's possible, but this animal is 100% het for tri-stripe. Nope.
66.
She is 66% het for tri-stripe. And just absolutely ludicrous. So I love this girl. She looks great. Definitely yellow belly. There's so much checkering and stuff going on down there. It's no question. But the alien head's coming up from the bottom instead of floating down from the top. I don't know. And then the dorsal striping. She's just insane.
Well, maybe that one picked up the. Oh no, because there's yellow belly in it. So
cinnamon, yellow belly, tri-stripe.
I was gonna say if we picked up the extreme, but there's yellow belly in it.
There really isn't extreme. The only reason I'm talking about extreme is because 100% het tri from Ken Masick. He's calling extremist, which is extreme, which tends to be these fattened stripes and stuff. So. Could this be, a yellow belly extremist? It could. Just both of the animals that produced this girl did not have anything to do with Ken Masick. So it's theoretical stuff that I'm talking about, kind of, but looks really cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of conversation going back and forth about like genes being identified out, and then Matt brought up an interesting topic that was saying that most genes are combinations are an educated guess, especially once you start stacking. But he said that there's a college, he doesn't remember the name of the college, but they're working on DNA stuff, and they're actually asking for snake sheds to try to.
I was approached by them to provide them with stuff, but they wanted specific sheds, not just any shed. They wanted,
Certain genes.
yeah. So I have like kind of all that marked, and when they shed, I'm gonna, I'll reach out to them or whatever. But
That's cool.
another animal here. This is probably one of my most exciting animals for this year. I mean, I love all the Zuwadi stuff. I have a fair bit of it. I am on most of them. I'm struggling to identify what is not Zuwadi. There's a few that are just clearly Zuwadi. So, I mean, anyway, this animal, came from a leopard lavender posset pied to a blade clown het lavender posset pied. This male, this is a boy. This is a blade lavender leopard that is 100% Hetfer clown and posset for pied. Mom has all the tracks and markers, but because of the blade on dad, I can't even begin to guess if he has markers or not. Chris, bro, again, because of the contrast and craziness, and he does not look anything like what you guys are seeing. It's completely different. Maybe if Matt backs out a little bit, kind of get a different color contrast on him,
Let's see if we do that a little bit.
it might get a little bit better.
Okay.
But he is like
Zoom in a little bit.
he's not even purple yet. He's a stark white and orange snake that is just insane. I love this dude, and I have a whole world for him planned for girls that I have been buying. He's going to do some crazy stuff. That head is just ludicrous.
It looks pretty good because I'm like zoomed in.
Yeah, that looks real good. Yeah, love that dude. So again, leopard, blade, lavender, het clown, posset pied. I think I have a couple more, and then we can get on to cutting some eggs. Can I show her? Nah, she looks so cool. So this guy here, this male came from an Enchi clown to a fire Zuwadi het clown. I believe this animal to be a Zuwadi clown. This is a boy. This is one of two. I have two of these guys. I've looked at fire clowns. I looked at regular clowns, and there's just not enough consistency on either one of those to say that this is one or the other. So by deduction, and the girl that I really wanted to show you is in shed. She's a Zuwadi Enchi clown and looks ridiculously good, but in deep shed you would just miss so much of what she has to offer. Yeah, exactly. Put him to a clown pie. I just don't have any. I haven't worked that project. I have a pairing this year that'll start that project for me, but I have not worked it yet. So the pairing for this year for that project, Rich, is a pastel spot nose yellow belly clown to an OD yellow belly pied. So we'll make pastel OD spot nose ivory double heads, I guess, is the max that you could hit on that. So that would be craziness.
Henrik was asking if you have a
Single gene Zuwadi. So
I think you do, right?
yes. And it is in shed. And I will say it's just starting to shed. You can see it peeling off its head. The Zuwadi gene is a bit variable. This one again is from the same pairing, Enchi clown to fire Zuwadi Het clown. There's no fire here. There is no Enchi here. This is a it's definitely not a normal. This is a Zuwadi, 100% het for clown animal. Some flames. There's no yellow belly in this. So flames on one side. You go to the other side. No flames, but you get this granite kind of stuff going on. This really kind of aberrant pattern. I guess tail tip sometimes is a marker for clown, so you can see that definitely has the tail tip color. And I know it's 100% het because the mom was an Enchi clown. And you can see this guy here is going in the shed. Just starting to peel it back. All right, not too much left. This girl I can show off, and then we'll cut some eggs. So we're about to cut some eggs. So back to the Zuwadi world. This is an Enchi Fire Zuwadi. She's 100% het for clown. This is a girl. And
Yeah, no problem, Henrik.
right now she is kind of claimed as a holdback. So I produced an Enchi Zuwadi clown female, which is definitely staying here. The thing I'm going back and forth with is keeping a Zuwadi clown male and then selling this girl, or keeping this girl and selling the two boys. So I'm not 100% sure, but in any event, that's at least the plan until I get enough size on them and start posting them up to be available.
Looks good.
Yeah, she's awesome. Well,
All right, you're all ready to see some eggs?
I could go in through some of the other stuff, but yeah, we'll show this one. I'm not going to go through the ones that just shed, but that one's pretty fun to look at. So this is a male. This is a Firefly Red Stripe, possible yellow belly, 66% het for clown. Now the last clown we looked at had a tail tip color because that's an indicator for clown. And you can see here kind of a tail tip. So Firefly, Pastel Fire, you can kind of get that in the head. And then you get this crazy pattern from the red stripe, extra blushing in the dorsal and on the sides. And there is probably a good color amp going on here from the het clown, because I think this guy is going to prove out het for clown. But just, you know, a fantastic looking animal. Just looks great.
Oh, it's really good.
And if you can imagine that you're seeing 80% of what we're seeing.
Right.
All right, we're going to cut some eggs.
Some eggs.
Yeah, absolutely, Hendrik. No problem, man. We try to do that with everybody that comes in. Kind of give everybody a little shout out. So we got 10 eggs to cut tonight, which is excited. So we got a good sized clutch. And again, the pairing for this is a proven black pastel leopard yellow belly. The unproven part of that female is she's poshet for pied and poshet for exanthic. The male component to this is a Blackhead red gene, bought as that, but has the tail stripe, has the tracks, has all the markers to be het for pied. So maybe putting these two together, we might get some pieds, which would be phenomenal. But with that put aside, Blackhead, leopard, black pastel red genes.
And yellow.
And then if you toss yellow belly in the mix, there should be a bunch of really crazy stuff in this clutch. So,
and you guys already saw the blackhead, black pastel red gene in the beginning.
Yeah, so we definitely have have some room to grow with that pairing. Yeah, this stuff is going to be fun.
Yeah, at some point we'll have to prove that girl out for exanthic and pied.
Yeah, we just need one. All right, so you can see these eggs are really well due. They just slide apart. They're not stuck together anymore. I was going to say the same thing, the smallest one. So we're going to go to...
also has a little mold on it too.
It has a little mold gold. Does it? No windows. Just some mold gold. I can feel the egg. Feel the egg. I can definitely feel the egg because it's in my fingers. But I can feel the snake in the egg. So we're good. We're going to tent that up a little bit. And you know they're 100% ready when you tent them and it just stays there. Sometimes it'll go back to normal, which is fine. It could still be good. So again, we're sitting at 55 days here. Today is on the button 55 days. And
I'm zoomed in really close.
Blackhead leopard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks good. Maybe there might be yellow belly in there because of the added color. But I haven't made these before, so I'm not really sure. That definitely is Blackhead leopard. Yeah, I do too. I am definitely looking for some dark stuff. So last egg we tented, it stayed. This one is still kind of staying there. You can see that.
Woo! A little close. There we go.
Yep, you can see that. Still a little tented, not like the other one, but it works enough. I hate razor blades. They make me nervous. Kudos to the guys that have the big cojones that do that.
Right.
I like to cut on the outside.
That's dark.
Yeah, there we go. Black pastel. Blackhead.
Maybe red.
Red jean, yeah. Yeah. That's a stark difference between those two.
Oh, yeah.
That looks really, really good. Yeah, Rich, I like both sides of that. Like, I like the crazy dark with pattern and stuff, and then I also really like the color. So I'm kind of stuck. I can't swing one side to the other.
Oh, nice, Robert.
What's that?
Robert just joined us. He's hatching a pastel lesser leopard posset pied to an inchy fire right now.
Nice, dude. Well, thanks for
joining
in
us.
all your madness, finding time to pop in with us.
This one looks bright.
Yeah.
So that's a leopard yellow belly. Wait, is there? This looks like.
I'd agree with that. I kind of agree with that. Leopard yellow belly. Maybe
red jean.
Maybe red jean because I mean there's no pastel, but it looks very bright.
It's crazy. Like you get the really bright there, and then it's like a whole different color there.
Yeah. That'll be interesting to see when that comes out. But I think you're right. At least with the leopard yellow belly. I don't know if there's blackhead in there. I mean it could be. If we put this down, they're pattern-wise not similarities, but color palette. There's a little bit extra from one to the other, but there's some similarities. Yeah, I agree. But finding the perfect contrast on a dark animal sometimes is a challenge. Because they carry so much dark, it's getting that right combo of genes to. So black.
Welcome, John.
Black pastel.
Black pastel.
I mean, I would say black pewter normally, but there's no pastel in this.
Yeah, I think that's just straight up black pastel.
It looks xanthic.
It may just not. It needs more color to develop.
True. I would flip a lid if that black pastel red jean male was SK.
That would be some funny. Because
that wouldn't be funny. It'd be crazy.
Because I put him to the black pastel inchy or the black pewter inchy yellow belly, which was also posset, but she may not have it. So
right. But you look at that. I can go on a limb. It could definitely be underdeveloped. It could be something else, but like that looks xanthic to me.
It could be possible. Well, I was gonna say, I wonder if red jean's messing with it too.
It could just be that. It could just be the red jean because the red jean kind of does some funky stuff with black pastel. especially when they're young and in the egg.
Another blackhead leopard.
No, that's blackhead. Well, yeah, blackhead leopard, probably red gene.
Yeah, because it looks kind of close to that
Pattern
one.
is, yeah, that's very almost identical to that one. Yep. Man, I want that trio to stack up.
Yeah.
If it has if it has yellow belly or red gene, I mean, like whatever.
Well,
But
hit all 4 genes, that would be great. Or 5.
5. Black pastel, maybe red gene. Looks. No, it might be similar to that.
Yeah. Oh, and dark genes.
Well, Rich, I've got blackhead males that are. I think I have blackhead males that are available.
I got some somewhere. Yeah,
And if I don't yet, I will very soon.
I have a pastel blackhead that's available.
I'm struggling here. Black pastel leopard, red gene, maybe yellow belly because of the busyness. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll have to.
That
Some of the stuff will have to.
It's not crazy, but it's a little different.
Yeah. That is crazy busy. I would definitely say black pastel leopard for sure.
And if you look at that compared to this, the color tone, this is definitely more silver, definitely more like peach-ish.
Yeah.
So I think that one is definitely going to have the red gene in it. But again,
Yeah, sometimes the black pastel kind of does that sometimes, where you kind of get that little bit of xanthic look in the egg.
yeah, for sure. Especially if you were cutting really early, definitely. These are on the button day 55. So we should have a fair amount of color saturation that's come into these. However, if the clutch was in like a cool spot in the incubator for whatever reason, they could be a few days behind and just be lacking some added color that's going to come in. This egg, there's very plump, not really much mold, no windows, nothing special. It's just I'm going to cut it and it's going to erupt. Yeah. Black pastel, red gene. Because of the blushing, maybe yellow belly. Yep. I was really hoping to see some stark, crazy, like almost jet black animals.
I
know we got 2 more, but like I'm 8 eggs into a 12 egg clutch. Like I wanted something that screamed different than what we've been doing so far, and unfortunately, I don't think we're not really there. So I'm going to tint that a little bit. That one's not bad. It's not totally caved in, but it's holding that crease. Another black pastel. Something. Red gene, something. I don't know. Something's blushing it out.
Hey, welcome, Mike. Mr. Coates is in the house.
Mr. Coates, man, thanks for joining in. Thanks for your service. Dude, I appreciate you more than you even know for protecting this country. All right, last egg for this evening. Fingers crossed that we hit something crazy. However, if we go back over here, the amount of black pastel in here is kind of nuts.
Yeah, you got
Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Easily 6.
Yeah.
Blackhead leopard, so probably not black pastel in these 3, but I mean there's 6 out of 9 eggs already that have black pastel in it.
Yeah.
6, 9, right?
Yeah. Yep. 6 out of 9 there, because that's your 10th egg.
Yep. No windows, little crisscross marks from going up down on the on the lens, but nothing crazy here.
And that
looks inchy, but I don't have inchy in this pairing. I don't have pastel in this pairing. Unless the female has inchy.
Blackhead yellow? No, I was gonna say blackhead yellow belly.
I don't know. I have to wait for that one to come out.
Yeah, that one's a little funky compared to the rest.
Well, this is probably one of the first clutches that I did not hit what I was after. Maybe you can dial into each one and kind of see what.
What was she paired to last year?
That's a great question.
Was
Pairings. Alright, so I'm going to bring up my pairings. This is upcoming year. So this is last year. So typically what we do is we do our females here, and then we have primary male, secondary male. We'll have locks, and then once a month we do our ultrasound. So that's the US ultrasound. And then monthly we kind of do that as we go throughout the year. So we can tag our locks and our millimeters for our females.
so 2020 is what we need. What she was bred to the year before.
Correct. So 2020, and we did not chart this the same way in for the 2020 production.
Oh, you don't have anything listed with her. She was up there.
Black pastel, leopard yellow belly.
Oh,
Here she went to
McFire.
the Mackenzie Enchi Fire yellow belly.
Retained sperm?
Entirely possible. Entirely possible. But with that said, I'm surprised not to see more Mackenzie looking kind of stuff, because everything there doesn't.
Well, no, like maybe you got a split clutch. Maybe she retained.
Yeah, maybe that one egg could be.
Yeah. It just, you had one lonely sperm that decided to take up a follicle. Who brought that up? That was Henrik that brought that up.
Yeah. So that inchy could be. It could be. That's a whole new question that I'm not even ready to answer. Is, can a female retain sperm, and I would imagine she could accept sperm from a new male, so you get a split clutch with last year and the new male from this year.
Because if that is the case, that could totally throw things off every year.
Which means you're going to have to pay some serious attention and keep great records of what the hell is going on. Because,
What's up, John? Welcome, points.
Because that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, if that's truly what this is, if that ends up being an inchy, then I have to reassess everything, which might explain more of why I have no, because she has leopard.
Yep.
And those definitely look blackhead.
Yeah.
But
that's
that may be blackhead.
Yeah.
Yeah, it very well may. Jeez. Yeah. So this will be a tough one to figure out. I'm really gonna have to keep that in mind.
Yeah, Henrik was saying he saw it happen with mutation creation.
Yeah, and we had a clutch previously this year that we had a cinnamon het tri that I put to a tri-stripe Pastel albino, and I started getting yellow belly stuff out of the clutch, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? Well, the pairing last year was a yellow belly het tri male to the cinnamon het tri female. and so she retained sperm and reproduced the entire clutch all over again. So we got a bunch of stuff from her that we kind of had last year, and I was really kind of up in the air whether the male had the tri-stripe gene in him or not, and was hoping that she was really going to take with this tri-stripe and produce me some visuals, because I think she does have the gene. But we'll do that pairing again to prove her out this year. So hopefully, I can't imagine they could retain from 2 years ago. Like that would be that'd be insane. That'd be completely insane. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with that, but that's definitely on the agenda and coming for sure.
Oh, what's up, Leon? Welcome.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, it was a little bit. We've been running for about 80 minutes, and we are just about done. Take a look at a clutch that we cut today, trying to figure out what's what. And the pairing for this year was a black pastel leopard yellow belly to a blackhead red gene male. Both animal, the female is a Pastel pied, and the male has the markers, but was not sold as that. So we were hoping to hit some pied stuff to prove both of them out, but we did not do that either. We'll have to be more strategic with the pairings, hopefully this coming year, to prove him out for pied, and we'll see what's on the agenda for her and kind of go from there. But good stuff. Blackhead leopards, possible red genes, something else in that arena as well. And this looks like a black pastel, blackhead, red gene combo. Could have yellow belly in it as well. And then there is a myriad of black pastel combos here as well with this one. And this one looks enchy. So when we cut this one, this was the last egg we cut, we were under the speculation that maybe she retained partial sperm, and this could be NG from last year's pairing. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure 100%. These guys are definitely going to have to come out of the egg, shed, take some time, and then we'll figure out what they are and kind of go from there.
Sweet.
Yeah, thanks, Hendrik. Us too. I love cutting them because I get a little peek in there. But unless we're down in this room, the lights are pitch black, and the incubator, we have a light, we can turn it on, but typically it's pitch black down here. So even though we cut them open, there's no windows in this room. There's none of that stuff, so they stay super dark. So most of the time, when we do this, they'll take their appropriate time. They crawl out. There's not really much egg yolk, if any, left, and stuff kind of goes really well. There's some veins in here, but most of it looks to be really thin or connected to the egg shell. That'll be gone by tomorrow, and then these guys will start crawling out tomorrow or the next day. But I don't know about you, bro, but I mean, I think we've sucked up enough of these guys' time.
Eric says he's like a 4-year-old at Christmas when he cuts open his eggs.
Yeah, I do. I do too. I am too, especially with my bigger clutches. Yeah, Peace Man, thanks for dialing in. Really appreciate it. I just wasn't I get kind of stumped like on a clutch like this where it looks like there's retained stuff, and I'm gonna have to go back and figure it out and do whatever. But either way, if one of these girls are a female, or if that's a female, that's gonna stay here and make some crazy blackhead leopard babies for sure.
Definitely.
All right, Matt. Ketchup packet those eggs from Robert, whatever that means. Anyway,
The veins.
Oh yeah, for sure. So we're gonna head out of here. Our next cutting will be the 22nd of August or somewhere around there. So definitely look for the notifications on Instagram, and we'll do that live cutting. So I haven't put out the video for this yet, but starting next Friday, we're gonna do a joint venture with Diabolical on Instagram. So I don't know if it's always going to be Matt and myself, but one of us or both of us are definitely going to be involved with that on every Friday with Diabolical having a conversation about ball pythons. So even though we won't be live here on our channel or YouTube for that matter, definitely check out Diabolical on Fridays and see if you can get a little bit of us with him and have a little conversation and see what we can turn up in the ball python game. Until then, thanks for joining in, and we'll catch you guys on the next live.
Peace.
Peace.